Hi leaders, I'm Sherelle Whitney from Lift Performance Solutions, and this is one of 7 videos giving you 7 little tips, or what I call little lifts, in relation to staying connected during the coronavirus unprecedented challenging environment that we are all experiencing at the moment. So no matter what industry you're in, you'll find these 7 tips are very practical to you. They're simple tools that you can put into practice right away, and they allow you to create a connected environment with your team, with your stakeholders, with your customers, with your board, and with your colleagues, and with yourself. Because as leaders, we are the ones being looked to for clarity, for calm, and for courage. We need to continue to engage. We need to continue to be influencing the things that we can, and we need to get our energy from somewhere. So I'm hoping that Lift provides you with these free little lifts that help you stay connected with yourself, with your team. Okay, this is little lift tip number 1 on staying connected, and it involves looking at the things that we use to run meetings as our plan Bs, which now need to become our plan As. So I'm talking about video conferencing, thinking about WhatsApp, Skype, Zoom, which is one of my favorites, FaceTime, all those platforms that we can actually use to stay connected. And historically, we use those as plan B if we can't all physically get together. But in the current environment, we need to be considering what we can do to stay connected as plan A. And I would suggest that even things like WhatsApp that we don't traditionally use in the work environment could create little groups, working groups that might be working on a project that would be able to see each other and speak to each other quite quickly. And if they're not in the workplace, they're out off-site, that helps them to be able to access that kind of connection a lot easier. And we need to think of those ways in the environment that COVID-19 is creating, where we physically can't be together all the time. So have a think about those platforms. Also take them back into your home life and your communities. There'll be particularly elderly people that are becoming isolated with the coronavirus and being asked to stay in their homes or stay in their aged care facilities without their visitors that they normally have on the weekends. So this is a great opportunity for you to organise yourself or others that can teach those older people in your networks, family or work, how to use these platforms and be able to see the people that they would normally connect with in a physical environment. So I'd really encourage you to take that tip not only back to the workplace, but also into your home life and your communities as well, where you could lead that kind of innovative thinking around how to connect. Going back to the workplace, a couple of places that I've already seen doing this are using Zoom for coaching, like in my environment with Lift, but also in brainstorming sessions, in agile troubleshooting ways. So they might have a number of staff joining on a Zoom brainstorming session. I've seen a couple of organisations encouraging staff to do that for lunch. So where you would normally meet a co-worker in another building or in a completely different service perhaps, and you might go to a cafe, or you might meet in a group of 5 or 6 or 10 of you, and you've decided not to do that at the moment, then you could Zoom each other, still have your lunch and be on your phone or at your desk, however it might be, and have a chat to each other rather than getting too isolated. Because as humans, we need to connect. We need to have a little bit of a joke, some fun, some light chatter that re-energizes us to go back into what is currently quite stressful, under pressure environments every day. So I'd encourage you to think about what other platforms, and if you've got other suggestions, please jot them down under this video post so that all of us, including me, can share and learn about different ways that we can keep connected, not just in meetings, but in brainstorming sessions, in project management sessions where we're delegating out responsibilities, and also at lunch and other fun times where we might want to share some great news with each other, and do so in a quick 3-minute Zoom that just brings everyone up to date quickly. Thank you for that. I hope that's been useful to you. That's the end of tip 1 in staying connected in the coronavirus environment that we now find ourselves navigating as leaders. Thank you for listening to that little lift on how to connect. I hope that that's been useful for you and you've jotted down some practical ways that you can take that tool and skill back into your workplace. I also hope that you'll take it back to your family, your friends, and also into your community, because our work at Lift is not only about lifting leaders to be successful at work, but also lifting you to lead at home and in your communities so that you are living and leading your bravest life in all those areas. And the last thing I'd like to say to you is, if you haven't already been to our website and downloaded our free Courage to Create Connection ebook, I wrote that over the Christmas break in 2019. I've given you the 10 top best connection tips that I've got for leaders that I know work in a lot more detail than I could give you here in this video. So please download that. It's completely free. There's no catch. I just want you to have that resource at your in your toolkit so that you can use it whenever you need to create connection, which is the number one thing that great leaders do well. Great, thank you. Stay connected with Lift. I look forward to you watching another little lift soon.